Good morning. I greet the Ring of Power and all the ones who are meditating in the morning, connecting with the vision of global peace. And we are connected this morning with the question, what does sacred activism mean for you and what is your contribution? And sitting here in the beautiful nature, connecting with the power of nature, I can say, yes, one contribution for me is the Ring of Power, and this is the continuity in connecting with the vision of global peace and connecting with the power of creation, where we can see the meaning of this planet Earth, we can see the deeper sense, the soul of humanity, and we can see the universal direction of life as it is meant to be. And sitting here in the nature, feeling how many beings are there with us together beyond the human beings, it's for me always connecting with the wholeness of life and knowing that there are many beings which cannot raise their voice. And so it's for me always in sacred activism the question, what is the direction of the whole which serves healing? So it's never always only for our human interest. So I love the sentence from Eike Braunroth, send love before you touch. And sacred activism is in this sense always connected with the vision that this planet Earth is meant to realize global peace. And that we as universal beings have the task to connect and to raise our voice for the sacredness of life wherever we are. In this sense, there takes place also a demonstration in Portugal right now, because there are happening these big greenhouses which are maybe in a good intention, but we feel they don't serve at all the sacredness of life, the decentralization and connection with nature. And so some people will go to the demonstrations in the cities and others will stay at home and light the fire and deeply connect with the vision. And for me this is one beautiful way of connecting in the name of the sacred wisdom, that we are always staying in prayer, so that some people maybe they don't take place in the direct action, but they are meditating and they are inviting all the invisible beings to connect with us and to connect with the vision. So sacred activism is never only fighting the system, it's always offering something as a vision or something of wisdom where we know how to step out of the system of violence. So who wants to realize peace on this planet Earth has to do research with the own soul, with the own being. Where is my inner peace coming from? And it connects with the deeper universal activism of life. And there is something which is beyond all statements, beyond all opinions. And in this sense, sacred activism always connects with the inner truth which is beyond opinion. And it's never fighting against something, it's always looking for the sacredness, also in the ones where we say no to. And this for me is very important. Sacred activism knows a clear no. It raises the voice where we see injustice, where we see that we follow wrong ethic guidelines, but it's not fighting against. So we know sacred rage. Sacred rage is giving the power to really connect with the inner peace wisdom, but we never work in the rage against someone. And I think this is also the power from where we can discover the real wisdom of non-violence. Non-violence is for me, the biggest aim what we can develop. And this does mean that we really learn to listen to the voice which is always anchored in peace. So consciousness is anchored in real peace. It will never fight in the way of war. And this is the secret of sacred activism. And I think there exist a lot of role models where we can learn from. And I want to remind us again to the ones who started in the United States and the Standing Rock movement with this kind of lighting the fire, raising the voice for the sacred places, that no oil drilling can take place there. And they really connected with all the beings around them and stayed in prayer. And they are still doing this with a lot of patience, with a lot of pain in their past, but standing in prayer. And I think from this, the word sacred started to enter again also in our political movement, that it's not, yes, that sacred is something natural, coming from life, beyond all religion, but staying in prayer. And this is needed right now in this crazy time we are living,